The Suicide Squad is, by its very nature, a violent film. The comic books the film is based around center on a task force composed mostly of supervillains, forced against their will by the cold-hearted Amanda Waller to take on missions no one in their right mind would want to do.
I thought you were the crazy one.
I am.
Waller's combatants are criminals, not heroes, at least not in the traditional sense, and each of them has an explosive device implanted at the base of their skulls. In other words, even if someone from Waller's Task Force X were to somehow survive their mission, there's still a chance Waller might just pop their head like a grape. James Gunn's latest adaptation of the team, The Suicide Squad, goes all the way on the gruesome and gory nature of the comic book source material. In fact, the entire opening of the film introduces us to a new character named Savant, makes us care about him, connects him with characters fans already know, like Captain Boomerang and Harley Quinn, only to have Waller blow his head off when he flees the mission. In fact, every single character other than Harley and Rick Flag dies during the opening, each death more horrific than the last. In short, when James Gunn says that there was a scene from The Suicide Squad that Warner Brothers thinks went too far when compared with the entire grisly opening, you know it's pretty bad. So what is the one scene Gunn had to fight to keep in the film?
You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of
When Rick Flag is captured after the disastrous first team's beach assault, the second team, led by Bloodsport, is sent on a mission to save Flag. Waller tells Bloodsport that they are to kill the dangerous people holding Flag with extreme prejudice, causing Bloodsport and Peacemaker to go on a competitive bloody rampage as they systematically wipe out everyone in the camp. There's just one problem. Flag isn't a prisoner of war. In fact, he's being cared for by a resistance force fighting to bring peace and freedom to the citizens of Corto Maltese. And that's who Task Force X just killed. Oops. It turns out this was the scene Warner Brothers balked at. When asked if he got any pushback, Gunn told Variety, "Yeah, I did." During an early screening for The Suicide Squad, Gunn said, "There were some Warner Brothers execs who brought up, is this the one place that we go too far? I think that's when I added, Amanda Waller explicitly tells them to go into the camp and kill everyone, so they are following her orders, and she is in a way the antagonist in the film." Based on fan reaction, though, it seems that audiences picked up what Gunn was putting down with the scene. While the scene of Bloodsport and Peacemaker one-upping each other by killing their allies in the Corto Maltesian resistance is certainly a shocking and brutally ironic bit of ultraviolence, that's kind of the point. The Suicide Squad is one of those films where the protagonists aren't necessarily the good guys in the grander scheme of things. A scene like the massacre at the rebel camp is a way to remind the viewer that while they may be rooting for these characters in the moment, there is a whole lot of moral gray area to contend with. At least, that's how fans on Reddit saw it. In a general discussion thread for the film on the Movies subreddit, several viewers shared their thoughts on the controversial scene. User RazorThought instigated the discussion by writing, "Favorite scene was when the squad is infiltrating the resistance camp and Bloodsport and Peacemaker are trying to outdo each other with flashy kills, just to find out they were accidentally killing the good guys the whole time. That scene was A+. User Keichuya Mewtwo agreed, adding that the scene forces a necessary recalibration in the viewer's perception. They wrote, "Just reminding us that these are villains of our superheroes, ready to do anything for their personal ambitions." For user Arma104, the scene was also indicative of the improvements that the Suicide Squad made over the infamous 2016 attempt at bringing the concept to screen. They wrote, "This is what impressed me most about the movie. The first one was hell-bent on trying to make the characters cool and edgy. This one, they're doing the most vile, evil and are absolute dorks and morons."
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
The Suicide Squad is in theaters and streaming on HBO Max now. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.